Back when I was in elementary school, many of my friends played softball, so I wanted to play softball too. I was in the second grade, so although it was not too serious and competitive, I was just happy to be playing a sport with my friends. I was always super athletic, and I loved playing many different sports, so getting to try softball was super fun. But as we were at softball practice, I kept finding myself looking across the park at the girls on the lacrosse field. I decided that lacrosse might be something I would want to try instead of playing softball. The next season comes around, and it's time for my parents to sign me up for softball again. But before they signed me up, I told them that I wanted to try lacrosse instead. They were both super happy, excited, and supportive of me, so much that my dad decided that he wanted to be my coach. I made so many new friends on the lacrosse team, and it was even more special having my dad as the coach. It even made our relationship stronger. I played on the same team from 3rd grade all the way until 8th grade, so when my 8th grade year came, it was bittersweet. It was the last year of me playing lacrosse before high school, so it would be the last time playing with the majority of my friends as they went to a different high school than me. I made so many memories that last year, but the best one had to be getting selected for the All-Star game. For the All-Star game, one girl was selected off each team to play in the game and compete against the other girls selected from the other teams. This was a big thing because a lot of recruiters and coaches would come and watch the All-Star game to pick out different girls for different programs. Although I had decided not to play lacrosse in college to focus on my studies, it was still so cool to have so many people come up to me and tell me how great I played. After being in high school for a few months, it was finally springtime and that meant lacrosse season. I was so nervous for tryouts as they were really tough, but as long as I made the team, that's what mattered. When the results came out, I made JV, so I was bummed that I wasn't on varsity, but the majority of my friends made JV, so I was happy to be with them. After a couple games playing on JV, the varsity coach pulled me aside and asked me if I could bump up to varsity and play with varsity. I was so thrilled and excited for this, and of course I agreed. During my senior year of high school, March 2020 rolls around and the COVID pandemic hits. It was our second week of the season, and after practice one day, the coaches told us that we were postponing our tournament the next weekend for 2 weeks because of the pandemic. We were all sad at first, but looking forward to that 2-week mark to be able to play again. Once we got the news that we weren't going to be able to play again, it was so hard on me mentally because I didn't know it at the time, but that practice was the last time I had ever played lacrosse. I thought as if I'd never truly got closure. I never got a senior night, and I never got to play with my friends, knowing that it would be the last time, so it was a really hard time for me. I think the biggest takeaway from this is to live every day like it's your last. Find joy in everything, don't take anything for granted, and also, don't take life too seriously.